UNC.
We can certainly look into that.
Good
No
looking
question
thing.
about it, man. The PGA Hope, man, they've got courses, they got instructors, ambassadors all over the place, man. So,
I bet.
but anywho, gentlemen, today's session covering a unusual shot, specialty shot on the golf course, right? The bunker. Okay, now there's basic fundamentals that we need to go through. There's basic fundamentals we need to cover in order to ensure that we can get ourselves out of the traffic, out of the hazard, right? So tell me one thing that you think is beneficial or something that we need to incorporate to hit a good bunker shot. Well, perfect, this one.
I was thinking don't hit the grass. Don't hit the dirt.
Okay, so contact point, good. Speed, beautiful. In fact, all that stuff is going to be incorporated in our session today. So as we set up to this, you see I got 3 lines set up here in the bunker. And this is a good training aid, a good way to see where your contact point's going to be when you're in the bunker. One of the first things we need to ensure in order to make good contact is how we set up. Okay, so where's our weight position? If my weight's up front versus my weight back, where do you think the club is going to enter the sand? Say I have my weight on the back foot. Where do you think the club's going to enter? Behind the ball or in front? Behind, correct? So if I'm not set up correctly, and this is a good way to seek where that club's going to enter. If I have weight on my right foot, the club's going to hit on the right side of the line. If I have full weight on my left side, now the club's going to hit on the left side of the line. Okay, so if you guys go to the golf course and you want to practice, out of the bunker, this is a good drill to see where your club would hit before the ball set up. In the case that we want to get a ball set up, we need to, make sure the club is hitting behind loft and speed, right? So loft and speed, we're going to combo this two real quick. If you look at the body of the club, go ahead and set the club up real quick. Okay? So we've got the leading edge. If we leave a shaft in front of the club head, okay? Leading edge, you can see the bottom of that, right? If you lean the shaft behind the club head, now you see how the club is going to sit on the bounce. Okay? So in order for us to make good contact, okay, we need to use the proper pace setup. Okay, so we would use the bounce of the club, meaning we would have the club slightly back to set it on the bounce rather than the leading edge. Okay? But ultimately we're trying to avoid the leading edge digging into this soft surface, right? So if we have the club set up properly on the bounce, okay? Now we've added loft, we need to add some speed. But in order to make good contact, okay, we need to make sure that our attack angle by setting up the club like this is correct. Okay, so I'm going to give you one of my best secrets out of the bunker today too in order to make good attack angle. So if we have the club set up on the bounce of it, we need to get the club head up quick. Okay, club head up quick. Attack angle is going to be much steeper. There's going to be a hell of a lot more loft, and if we have a hell of a lot more loft, we need to add speed in order to make it go a certain distance. So one of the things that I like to incorporate with weight positioning up front is a cock of the right wrist. Okay, so we need to get that right wrist cocked. Now watch what happens. If I cock this right wrist, watch the club head. See how it kind of goes out this way? If I don't, see how the club path is more inside, okay? So if we're talking good contact, okay, if I'm getting the club too far inside in the bunker, the low point's going to be behind. If I get it outside, see how it drops right in the line, okay? So we need to make sure that our weight's positioned correctly. While we have the club set up on the bounce, we're going to get that attack angle correct by cocking the right wrist. And we'll end up producing speed because we're going to become a hell of a lot more confident with the shot. And we're going to add, the proper loft to get it out. So some of the best fundamentals to hitting a good bunker shot is in the setup and understanding how you need to swing the club. Okay, a lot of people take it out of the bunker because they don't set up correctly and they take the club on a wrong path. Okay, now there's professionals in the world now that take the club inside and go over the top. That's a different story. I'm not going to get into it, but I want us to get in here today, hit a couple practice swings on the line, make sure that we're going to ensure good contact where the club's going to enter the sand. We're going to add some loft and understand how we can get the ball out of into the basics of what we're going to cover. Okay, so if we're going to war in a bunker, dude, we're going to get the hell out of it today. We're going to get in there. We're going to add some loft. We're going to get our weight up front, and the three of you can get in here right now.